Welcome, welcome. Hello, my friends. I'm Peggy Noe from prettypapercards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today with my little Yorkshire Terrier, Ellie. How are you today, Ellie? Are you a good girl? She has been having fun outside. Um, she brought in a dead worm, but she is a dog, so it wasn't too bad. It could be a lot of other things. I'm trying to make sure I'm live here. There we go. Okay, I see that we're live. That's a really good thing. And happy Friday to everybody. Ross, good to see you. Good to see you. Pam, good to see you. Yeah, Ellie, Ruth, there she is. Hello, Ruth. She's watching live. Good. Um, Tina, good to see you. Ellie had a bath today and she got all ready because we're having a card class tomorrow. And she likes when we have the card class. Hello, Jeanne. Because her favorite friends come. She's got a couple ladies that she really likes that really play with her. And so I don't want to say it now, but there's a little phrase that I say, Tammy's coming tomorrow. Oh, Ruth, at least the worm was dead. Your cat's bringing live lizards. Ugh. She is a hunter. Oh, your dog, Roz, got a squirrel yesterday? Oh, my. Carol, good to see you. Yes, so anyway, she got a bath today. She's all ready for the company tomorrow, all the ladies. I don't want to say that too loud because you saw her ear kind of go. That is the word. That is the word. And she just loves it when they come. She gets so excited and she steals things out of bags if they're on the floor. So she has torn up cards, entire cards. So most of them know by now, right, Ellie? Most of them know to put their things up. Hello, Colleen. Good to see you. So she's quite the excitement at the classes. And I want to tell you guys okay, today's Friday. Coming up on the 14th is going to be her birthday, and it's a Wednesday. So we're going to have a little birthday party for Ellie that day. We are. I got her a special birthday hat and everything. So we're going to have fun that day. Yeah. She doesn't really know it yet, but she tried on the hat. So we're going to do that. Well, oh, I have a nice card to show you. One of my downlines sent me such a pretty card. Isn't that gorgeous? She does really beautiful, beautiful work. And I just love this card. I love getting cards, and this is a really nice one. So that's from my downline, Jody. So thank you, Jody. I really, really appreciate getting cards. So let me have a little sip, and we have so much news today that I need a little sip of my soda water to get going through all of it. So most of you know today is Double Rewards Day, right? The first day of Double Rewards. Oh, you want to kind of rest a bit? Today and tomorrow, Double Rewards from Stampin' Up! So rewards are a brand new system. 10% rewards over if you place an order of $20. That starts your rewards. Anything over of 20 or more, you get 10% back in rewards. And they're put in a little bank to use the next time. They're saved at Stampin' Up! And you can see them. Robin, good to see you. So today, the double rewards means instead of 10%, you're getting 20% rewards. That is huge. So go on today or tomorrow, prettypapercards.com/shop, and do a little shopping and get some double rewards. And I bet some of you have already gotten some double rewards, have you? I'm going to put her down. She's getting a little anxious. I think she just wanted to go in her bed. So I bet some of you have already gotten some double rewards today. I know I'm starting to build those up in my little account on Stampin' Up. So be sure today and tomorrow only. This is the first time they've ever done it because their rewards are brand new. So get some rewards. Very good. And you guys, next week is the new catalog. It goes live next week, next Tuesday, the 6th. I mean, we've only got 3 days, and the 4th day, the catalog will be live. We can open it. I can open it on air and show you what's inside. If you don't have a catalog and you don't have a regular demonstrator, email me, Peggy@prettypapercards.com, and I'll get a catalog out to you. And because the catalog is going live, that means product shares are getting ready, starting on the 6th. Well, actually, for me, the 5th at 11 o'clock California time, I'm going to order all the product share stuff, ribbon shares, paper shares, and I have quite a few people who have already signed up and already paid. So you've only got until the 5th. I have to have everything by the 5th at 6 p.m. my time. So Peggy's product shares, paper shares, let me confirm because sometimes I forget. You get 100 6x6 sheets of all the new designer series papers for $40, and that's shipping included. Ribbon shares, 20 yards of all the new ribbons. That's $25, shipping included. And if you want, I want it all, both, it's $65. So email me if you want to get in on this, and I'll give you the link so you can pay and be all set for me to order for you. Okay, the next thing, my In Color Club. If you want an affordable way to order the in colors, to get them all, I spread them out for you over 5 months, 1 color per month, and you get the cardstock, you get the ink, you get the ribbons, and all kinds of stuff. Designer series paper. I don't have the cloud cover here because I used it for a project. Beautiful colors this year. So email me about the In Color Club. Now, probably the most exciting thing for me, and I'm going to turn you down to show you something. There is something brand new just with regard to me. So let me turn you down and I'll tell you about it. Okay, I have joined with 6 other demonstrators who are my friends. They're excellent demonstrators across the U.S., and we have formed a collective called the Papercraft Collective, and we are doing video tutorials every month based on one suite of products or one bundle of products. And this is our very first month. This is our introductory month. I'm so excited. So all 7 of us have made a project using the Cheers and Sips bundle. And if some of you have seen it, you know it, you love it. So here is the graphic for that. Yes, Cheers and Sips, these are the different cards that we have all made. I can show you mine because it's right here. This is the one I made, and you will get a video tutorial. Every one of us have done a video tutorial, plus you get a PDF with measurements and supplies and stuff, so that you go step by step on how to make each one of our cards that uses the Cheers and Sips bundle. And every month we're going to do a different one. How do you get this? And Dr. Robin, who's here on this live, she's one of the ones. We have Robin, we have Jen Roke, Melissa Seplovitz, Tammy Beard, Lisa Ann Bernard, and Trisha Chuba, if you know those gals. We're friends, and we wanted to do this. And so if you place an order for $50 or more in my online store during the month of May, you will get this free. All 7 video tutorials plus the PDFs with the details, so that you can make all these cards. If you don't place if you want to get it, the other way to get it, I guess is what I want to say. The other way to get this tutorial bundle is that you can buy it on my website in my tutorial shop. Maybe you didn't know. I have a tutorial shop with tutorials from classes that I have done, and you can buy the tutorials right there. And there's a link up above for Facebook and down below, hi Hilda, for YouTube. There's a link to my tutorial shop, and this is available now. Pop over to my tutorial shop and you can get this for $20. It'll be delivered to you right that minute if all my technology works okay, but I hope it does. So that is my new excitement, and every month we're going to have a new tutorial bundle. Isn't that fun? I love these gals. They make beautiful cards. Okay, so today we're going to do a fun fold card. It's one I've never made before. It's called a flip fold card, and here it is. We're going to walk through it step by step. It uses the Frames and Flowers Designer Series paper, and here's how it works. This panel pops up, and these panels open up like that. Isn't that fun? It took me a while to figure it out and get all the measurements. I have all the measurements, so if you want the measurements, get a piece of paper, because I'm not really writing them down anywhere else. I've got them in front of me, and I'll verbally give them to you as we go. Thank you guys. I'm excited about it too. I'm glad you're excited about my tutorial group. So this is the card we're going to make, and I'm going to tell you how to do it. And I want to tell you where I got this idea. I'm casing it from a gal. I went to a Stampin' Up event, and she is from New South Wales in Australia, and her name is, I think it's Sarah, Sayerah, Deasy, Deasey, and I got this as a swap, and this is hers, and it pops up like this and opens like this, and it can stand if you want it to. She's got some instructions on the back. So that's what we're going to make. Are you ready? Okay, lots of details. First, I do want to show you, in case you've never seen this before, the Frames and Flower DSP was in the last year's catalog, but it's continuing as far as I know. And I want to tell you about it because it's an absolute bargain. It's only $10. And you get 3 12 by 12 sheets, and I've got it cut down here. 3 12 by 12 sheets, and this is what they look like on the back. And then you get 3 die cut sheets with all kinds of dies. And what I did is I had to sort them out so that I could tell what they were, but you punch all of these things out. I hope you can see them through the little plastic bags I have them in. And all of these little pieces, parts, as I call it, and then there's some real frames so that you can frame things. All of this is only $10. It's called Frames and Flowers Specialty Designer Series paper. So that's what we're working with today, in case you wondered. So I'm going to get out my paper trimmer because we are doing a bunch of paper trimming, paper cutting. And I'm going to start out by showing you how to make the card base. So it's 8.5 by 5.5, so that's a half a sheet of cardstock, and I'm using peach pie. I like peach pie. Hello, Anna Maria. Good to see you. And from now on, we're just going to score. So I'm just going to leave my scoring blade up there. And what we're going to do is we're going to make the base that opens up. Oh, you had to do the same thing, Ruth. You got it too. Okay, yeah, you have to sort out all that stuff. Okay, so here's our card base. And what we're going to do is we're going to score from the left and we're going to score from the right edge, because the center is what stays unscored. Okay, so here we go. If you're taking notes, the first side, and I'm looking at, because I have my measurements right up here, and I'm going to get my glasses on. And you guys, this is in 1/8 of an inch. So this is 1 1/8 is the first one, is your first score mark. 1 1/8. Okay. The second one is 1 5/8 right there. And the third one is 2 1/8. And this creates those little doors that open up. I love this color too. And then we just flip it around and do the same thing again on the other end. So 1 1/8. Every so often I like to bring you a real kind of fancy fun fold. 1 5/8. I have to pay attention here though, okay. 1 5/8 and 2 1/8. There we go. Okay, and that's it for the, we're going to do cutting, but that's it for the scoring. Now I'm going to get my bone folder because we really want to burnish these. And this is kind of how it goes here. Like this, okay? So that you end up with that little accordion, right? That little V right there. And so let's get all of these really pressed down really nice and tight. Okay, just like this. Really nice and tight there. And these, so these, it's like a little theater, I think. I feel like it's a little theater. So there's the left door, and then we'll do the right door here. We'll just get that like this, okay, and we'll just get that nice and burnished. I actually put a couple of punches on top. Oh, Lene, good. I'm glad you're here. I put a couple of punches on top of my card last night, so it would hopefully the folds would kind of burnish better. But doesn't that look like a little theater, like little theater curtains or something? Okay, so there we go. Now, the very first thing we can do, if we want to, which I think I will do, is we'll put our inside, our white inside, and this is 5 1/4 by 4, the standard. So I'm just going to get that right on the inside so I don't have to think about it again. And that helps us know, okay, that is the inside of our card right there. Maybe I'll pull that down just a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to start to cut all the little panels, okay? So we're going to start with, I'm going to use, let's see, I've got plenty of paper here. Let's use this. No, not that. Not that. This one. Instead of using succulent cardstock, I'm going to use the Designer Series paper. So we're going to start with, this is the back of this particular Designer Series paper. And what we need here, because we're gonna create right here, we're going to create panels. And so the first one is going to be 1 inch. And actually I want it to, well, let me see, 1 inch by 5 3/8. So let's go ahead and cut the 5 3/8. 1, 2, 3/8, 5 3/8 right there. Let's go ahead and cut that. Okay. And then we want 2 1-inch pieces. Oh, you know what? I made a big mistake. I realized that I made a big mistake. Hello, Polly Libby. We're going to fix the big mistake. Do you ever do that? Okay. So we want 2 of these, each 1 inch by 1 inch by 5 3/8. And the mistake I made is that I shouldn't have put this down because we need to tuck a panel under there, the panel that flips down. So let me, my center panel is going to be, we're going to go back and redo that. So the center panel is going to be 2 inches. So I'm going to cut a 2-inch strip here of our peach pie, and that's going to be 2 by 6 1/2. There we go. Okay, now we're cooking. I get excited talking to you guys and I forget what I'm supposed to do. Okay, and this is going to be scored at 5.5. So there's our 5.5 mark, and we're going to do a score line right there. Okay, there we go. Now let me see if I have another piece the same size. We're just gonna, it'll be a nice strong backing here. Okay, so what we're gonna do with this is what I messed up. To make that panel that comes down the center, we need to glue it right in here, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave that for later, I think. Am I gonna leave it, should I leave it for later or should I do it now? I'm pondering. I think I'm going to leave it for later, okay, because I want to get these cut panels on these sides so that I can make everything be the same. So, okay, we've got that. Now we're ready for this piece. And for these, because we're going to make another, I'm going to show you the sample. Do you see how that soft succulent is just 1/8 of an inch outside there just to make a nice little frame? So we're going to do 2 more pieces, but they're going to be this pattern because this is the pattern we're using. So we want 7/8 by 5.25. And I don't want to cut this down anymore, so I'm going to go with 7/8. I'll just cut each one individually. 7/8 and 7/8 right there like this. And then I'll cut them both at the same time, 5.25. And this is going to go right inside the other, this soft succulent piece. Okay, there we go. Now, let's go ahead and put these together. So these are going to be our side panels, kind of like if we talked about the idea of it being a theater. So, hello, Marcia and Julia. They're like, we might say the theater curtains, okay? So I'm just going to put my glue on here. And we'll go ahead and glue this down. And then that soft succulent is just so nice. Look at how it just frames that pattern paper. Isn't that pretty? Just like that. Doesn't that look nice? I'll put it up close to you. I think it just, I really like this paper. I like the colors. I think it's really, really pretty. And then we'll make our other curtain, which we're calling it a curtain, just for a description. And we'll just put that right in there. Okay, and now we're ready to go ahead and glue these panels on over here on the side of our card. So this one goes right here. And the way I developed this color scheme is that I took the colors, as I usually do, from the colors that are in the designer series paper. I'm just going to flatten this out so that I can get a little, so it'll adhere a little better and I can see a little bit better. Okay, kind of just like that. There's the first panel. See how pretty that looks? Isn't that nice? Anna, you like this? I love it too. And so we'll do the other one over here. And then we'll put our center panel in. I don't know why I forgot that. And that creates the fun fold. So we'll just put it right like this. Some people don't like to do lives because they don't want to make a mistake, but I figure, you know what? We all make mistakes. And if I make a mistake, that way you know that you don't have to be perfect, because none of us are. And I forget things sometimes, and so do you. So we're good. Okay, so this is why I wanted to wait for this, because this panel fits right inside there. And it kind of depends on how you fold these. If you can kind of see, if we flatten it exactly and I butt these edges up, this one is, I would say maybe 1/8 of an inch too wide. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. And that's not because of my cutting, it's because when you do the folding, that's kind of how that happens. So I'm just going to very easily, I think I'm going to start with just like 1/16 of an inch. I'll cut off just that one little strip, and I think it'll fit better in there because we want it to function. That's the whole thing. This is a functioning fun fold. And let's just see. Look at that. That is perfect. Okay. So now we know we're good with that. And now what we're going to do is put glue only, now pretend this white piece isn't here because that was my mistake. And we're going to just glue this top portion right here. And remember, this is about a 1 inch, that's just a little 1 inch folded piece. And what I'm going to do is close my card and match the bottom exactly. I'm lining up my bottom of the card exactly. And then I'm pressing the top down so that I've got it right where I want it. And I know it's going to stick in there. And now we can open the card, and there is our center flap. And it should be at the top of the card, which it is, right along the top. And it should also be right even with the bottom. And because we trimmed that little 1/16 of an inch, it fits perfectly in the center. Now we can go ahead and, remember, we're pretending that white paper isn't there. We're going to put a white piece right on top of that so that people don't even know what happened. Don't tell, okay? Don't tell them what happened. They won't even have any idea. It'll just make the card a little bit firmer. Okay. And what this does is it covers up that little 1 inch part right there. Okay, there we go. Now our card is pretty much, it's looking good, right? Now all we have to do is decorate. Just decorate our center panel. So now we need to cut some pieces of designer series paper, just the same that we did for the side panels. And so we have our piece that has soft succulent on the back, and this should be 1 7/8 by 5 3/8. I thought we cut this to 5 3/8. 1, 2, 3. Yes, we did. So this should be 1 7/8. We're going to check it though because we did that little bit of trimming, and we'll see. We might need to do a little trimming on this too. Let's just see. Yeah, I think we do need to do 1/8 of an inch of trimming here, or a 16th, just a tiny, that same tiny little bit there. And let's see now. Perfect, like a little 1/16 of an inch border everywhere. Yes, don't tell the secret. Now we need to cut our designer series paper, and this is supposed to be 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. So let's go for 1 3/4. And actually I'm going to go back. I'm going to reduce that to be, I'm going to reduce it by a 1/16 of an inch. I don't want to do the math, okay? So it's 1 3/4 minus a 16. And we'll do that by 5 1/4 and see if this doesn't come out perfect. Okay, so let's see. Yes, it worked out great. I just went back 1/16 of an inch and it worked. Okay, so now we're going to put all this down, and then all we do is really decorate. This is the basis of the card. I think it's kind of fun. It's kind of different. It's a little more involved than I generally prefer to do. I generally prefer to play with the colors and flowers, but it's good every so often to do a card like this. Now, I'm just going to lay this down like this to get it on there. Just, well, no, I think I need to do it this way because I want this to line up the same right across like that. Okay. So we'll just get this glued down, and then we're going to have fun. Okay, then we're going to have some fun. So we're going to get this little guy right in here like that. And all those bottom lines are coming across pretty even. And there's our card. Look at that, fun, huh? Okay, cool. Now all we do is decorate. And there is our little flip fold, is what she called it. She called it a center flip fold. That was on her swap, the center flip fold card. And then you just decorate it as you desire. And what I'm gonna do is we are gonna cut a circle. And I have my circle right in here. This is from the Stylish Shapes dies that you know I love. And we're going to cut a circle of the peach pie. So let's just cut out a little section, a section of the paper that I have left over from that 8.5 by 11 sheet. I'll just cut that out. And we're going to run this through our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I like the one thing I like about this Stylish Shapes dies, if I haven't told you, it has stitching all the way around the edges of all the shapes, and I really like that. I think it's a nice little finish. That's one reason I like to use these. Okay. So here's our circle. There we go. So now we're gonna cut everything out before we actually glue it down. So there's our circle. And on the circle, what we're gonna do is punch out a piece from a circle from this same paper. You can see where I punched it out for the sample. And this is the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. And that's just gonna, that's kind of the reverse, right? Or the same. The peach pie, the succulent, peach pie, succulent, kind of giving the same look. So we'll go ahead and glue this down. And this card you can make out of any designer series paper, any cardstock. I think it's a pretty fun card. Okay, so there's our circle. Now we're going to decide what to put on it. And sounds like Amazon. That's the Amazon man. Okay, Amazon person. So here in my envelope. Ellie, thank you. Good girl. Thank you so much. So I pulled out some pieces that I wanted to use. These are all some of the die cut pieces that you get in this designer series paper pack. And I punched out lots of flowers because I like flowers and I think they're cute. And they're the color that we're using, the peach pie. And then I decided to use this guy and this, like that. And what I think maybe we should do at this point is we should probably put the circle on so that we get our little, so we don't get this going, you know, too high or too low or something. So let's go ahead and put our circle on. And I'm going to use a couple of dimensionals, and what I'm going to do is pull them in from the edge, because remember we're putting them on this strip, and I don't want dimensionals to come out over the strip on the back. Okay, so I think those are good. And I want to try to get this going upward. I don't know which way is which, but at least it's straight. I didn't want it to be crooked. So we're gonna put it pretty much in the middle if we can, just like that. Now let's confirm on the back. Right, no dimensionals are showing, so that's a good thing. Okay, so now we can go ahead and put these other pieces on, and I wanted this to go up off the circle, so it, you know, gives really some, I don't know, takes up a lot of the card, I guess I want to say. So I'm going to put some glue on, and we'll just have it come up like that. Okay? And then I thought this piece was really cute with the flowers and the different greens on the leaves. And I want to have, how would I have that? Kind of like that, I think will be fine. Just put that right there. And let that dry for a minute. I'm going to look at my sample. Okay, here's my sample. This is what I did. So I put my flowers all around, and then we're going to stamp our sentiment. So let's go ahead, and one flower I put up on a dimensional to give a little height. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we're just going to glue some others all around, just as many as you want. Just for fun. We're just going to glue them all around. I really love making cards because they're small. You don't have to work forever on them, really. You know, you can get it done in a short period of time. And you get to play with flowers and colors and just do whatever you want. You get to create. I just love that about making cards. I have done scrapbooking. I can do scrapbooking, and I'm sure I might do some more. But what I like about the cards is that you can get them done quick and easy. Okay, now while I'm gluing these flowers, I think I'm going to put a few in here, just because I have them. I mean, I could stamp, but there isn't a stamp set that goes with this, and so I think it carries the theme a little better if I just use a couple of these little flowers like that. And then while we're at it, let's, I mean, why not stick one on an envelope, right? So let's just stick one or two even on the corner of our envelope here. And I guess what we might say is they may or may not make it to the recipient, but I hope they do. So just a couple little dots of glue, just like that. I think that makes a cute envelope. Okay, now we need to stamp our sentiment. That's the last thing we need to do. I mean, we could have decorated a lot more, but I decided to use the sentiment Celebrate from Cake Celebrations. If you do not have this set, I really feel there are some stamp sets I really keep, and I really want to keep this because I don't know of any other stamp set where you can make your own cake. That's what I love about it, is that you can make your own cake, and it's carrying over. It's an online exclusive, I think, and yes, it is, because I put the little pink dot. There's a little pink dot. And I just have had so much fun with this set, so I'm just using the sentiment Celebrate. Whoa, what? I stuck my thumb in there. Boo-boo. Okay. Crisis averted. And then oops, I got a little bit here, didn't I? Okay. And this is soft succulent ink. And I'm going to just stamp it on this little piece of basic white, and then I'm going to actually fussy cut. I know that some of you you do or don't, but I thought, I don't know, it's kind of a large sentiment, and so I just really want to, I like it kind of fussy cut. So I'm just going to real quick, I want to encourage you, don't be afraid of fussy cutting. I do it all the time. Look at that. You just curl the paper, move the paper around, and just kind of go up and down, and it'll look great. It's kind of a thing people do now, just fussy cutting the sentiment. I'm going to snip that part off. Of course, you don't have to. You could use a nice label die, but I just wanted to do this because I wanted the flowers to be the focal point and not really the sentiment, because the flowers are so pretty. Okay, and see, See how pretty that looks just right across like that? I really like that, and I'm going to use mini dimensionals to hold it on because it's kind of, the area is kind of mini. So let's do that. I'm going to actually use 3 mini dimensionals. Just like this. And remember, if you, hello Becky, good to see you. If you want to remember and have the dimensions on making this card, just go back and listen because I gave all the dimensions as we went along. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is just stick that on like that. And there is our little center flip fold card. Isn't that kind of cute? And there's the little envelope. I think this would make anybody happy to receive this card. And this will be the prize for next week because I already have one to send to a friend. But I really like how that works and how it's kind of like a little theater curtains. You open and then it flips up. And there's a lot more you could do with it. But this just gives you an idea of what the card is like, what the fun fold is like. So thank you. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope maybe you make one. I'll come right back up. Yeah, I hope maybe you might want to make one of those. I think somebody would be really surprised because it's really different. I had never seen one until I got it as a swap. Okay, so we're going to give away a prize right now, and it's what we did a week ago, last Friday. And what we made 2 things. We made this cute little card with the little new jar set, and the little jar pops up. And I thought, I love this. We're making this Tammy's coming to class, so she's seeing what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to make this card. Isn't that cute? And then we also made a little treat box using the jar and the bee. We used some meant to be designer series paper. And what I'm going to do to send this, I'm going to send the box, that part flat. The rest will be, well, I'm going to have to, yeah, I'll send these, the 2 sides, and the box will be flat, and I'll send some of the twine so that you can just fold the box up and put it together. And if you need directions, you can watch the video. And our winner of this card and a little treat box is Hilda Mossy. Hilda, congratulations. She has been with me for quite a long time. I appreciate you, Hilda. I appreciate all of you watching and having fun with me while we make cards together. So don't forget, paper shares, ribbon shares, product shares. Email me if you want to be a part of the In Color Club. And today and tomorrow, double rewards. PrettyPaperCards.com shop is where you can get those double rewards. Have a wonderful weekend, you guys. And I'll be back on the 7th. The catalog will be live, and we are going to open that catalog, right? Okay, you guys have a great weekend.